The Little Bee and the Lesson of Teamwork. In a lush green forest where sunlight danced through the leaves and a gentle stream babbled happily, there was a bustling beehive nestled on an ancient oak branch. The hum of busy bees filled the air like a joyful symphony of hard work and togetherness. Tiny bees, with their golden fur and delicate wings, buzzed back and forth, carrying sweet nectar from fields of daisies, lavender, and sunflowers. Among them was a little bee, known for being hardworking but stubborn. He believed he could do everything better on his own without anyone's help. A big mission. One bright summer morning, as sunlight sparkled on dewdrops, the queen bee gathered the hive at the heart of their home. Her voice was gentle yet commanding, ringing out like a call to action. "My dear bees, winter is coming. Cold winds will sweep through our forest, and we need a new hive, bigger, stronger, to keep us safe and store nectar for the chilly days ahead. This is our greatest challenge yet. Let's work together to make it happen." The entire hive buzzed with excitement, their wings humming with enthusiasm. They knew it was a huge task, but they trusted that together they could do anything. The bees quickly split into teams, one group to collect tree sap for glue, another to build the wax honeycomb, and a third to gather nectar from faraway flower fields. Each team had a leader, and they worked in perfect harmony, like gears in a well-oiled machine. They chatted, laughed, and shared ideas to make the new hive truly special. But the little bee was different. He stood apart from the crowd, his tiny wings fluttering and his eyes shining with confidence. With a bold voice, he declared, "I don't need to work with anyone. I'll build my own corner of the hive, and it'll be better, stronger, and more perfect than anything you all make." The hive looked at him in surprise. A few older bees shook their heads, their eyes filled with concern. One sister bee from the wax building team whispered to her friend, "He's hardworking, sure, but doing it alone won't get him far." Still, no one stopped the little bee. They let him follow his own path, hoping he'd learn a lesson soon. A solo journey. The little bee zoomed off, his wings buzzing with determination. He chose the highest branch in the forest where sunlight gleamed like gold to start his work. He pictured a dazzling corner of the hive with wax cells glowing like jewels. He began carrying tiny bits of wax, trying to shape them into perfect hexagonal cells. But the wax was heavy, and the breeze kept glowing it away. He flew to gather tree sap for glue, but it stuck to his wings, slowing him down and making him clumsy. Every time he tried to fix something, it got messier, and he grew more tired and frustrated. Day after day, the little bee worked without stopping. The sun rose and set, but his corner of the hive was just a jumbled pile of wax, far from the masterpiece he'd imagined. His delicate wings ached, and his confidence began to fade, replaced with discouragement. But his pride kept him from admitting he needed help. He told himself, "I just try harder, I'll get it right. I don't need anyone." Meanwhile, back at the main hive, the other bees worked like a joyful festival. The sap collecting team flew in with fragrant drops of tree sap, passing them to the wax builders. The wax team skillfully shaped perfect hexagonal cells, creating sturdy, shimmering walls. The nectar team sang cheerful songs as they zipped through fields of bright daisies, fragrant lavender, and towering sunflowers, bringing back sweet nectar to store in the new cells. When one bee grew tired, the others paused, shared a sip of honey, and cheered them on. Their laughter, songs, and teamwork made the forest glow with life. From afar, through the green leaves, the little bee watched.
He saw the new hive growing taller, with neat, strong cells sparkling in the sunlight. A pang of envy hit him, but he still refused to ask for help. He turned back to his messy corner, working alone, though his wings ached and his spirit felt heavy. The fateful storm. One afternoon, as the sun dipped behind the mountain, a fierce wind swept through the forest. Trees swayed wildly, leaves flew everywhere, and the forest roared with nature's fury. The little bee's fragile corner of the hive couldn't withstand the gust. One by one, his wax pieces fell, shattering on the ground like broken dreams. The little bee stood frozen, watching his hard work crumble to nothing. He perched on a leaf, his wings drooping, his eyes misty with tears. For the first time, he felt small and powerless. An older sister bee, a leader of the wax building team, flew to his side. Her wings were strong, her eyes warm like a kind mother's. She gently touched the little bee and asked, "Why so sad, little one? What's wrong?" The little bee hung his head, his voice trembling. "I thought I could do it all by myself. I wanted my corner to be special, but it's gone. I'm not as great as I thought." The sister bee smiled, her voice soft but full of wisdom. "No one can do everything alone, dear. Look at our new hive. It's beautiful and strong because we all work together. Every bee has something special to offer, but only by joining forces can we create something amazing. Would you like to try working with us?" The little bee thought for a moment. His pride melted away, replaced with curiosity and hope. He nodded and whispered, "Yes, I'd like to try." The power of teamwork. The next morning, the little bee joined the hive. For the first time, he felt the warmth of friendship and support. The sister bee taught him how to carry sap without getting stuck, showing him tricks to make it easier. Other bees showed him how to shape wax into neat hexagonal cells. The nectar team invited him to fly with them to the flower fields, where they sang happy songs and shared stories of their adventures. The little bee was amazed at how much fun working together could be. He learned to listen. When a bee in the wax team struggled, the little bee zipped over, using his strong wings to hold the wax in place. When the nectar team needed help, he volunteered to fly along, learning to spot the sweetest flowers. Each day, he felt lighter, happier, and part of something bigger. He wasn't just building a hive, he was building bonds with his friends. Before long, the new hive was finished. It stood tall and sturdy, with its wax cells gleaming like gems in the sunlight. The whole hive gathered, dancing and sharing sweet honey in celebration. The little bee stood among them, his heart swelling with pride. He looked at the hive, thinking of his lonely days, and realized that no matter how hard he worked alone, he could never have built something so grand. A lasting lesson. From that day on, the little bee changed. He no longer tried to do everything by himself. Instead, he was always ready to team up, listen, and lend a wing to his friends. He understood that every bee in the hive mattered, whether they collected sap, built wax, or gathered nectar. Together, they made a strong, happy hive where no one was left behind. In that green forest, the hum of the bees still echoes, a reminder that together, anything is possible.